Hey everyone, my name's Sammy and I'm finally starting my BookTube channel. To start things off, I figured I would start off with the BookTube Newbie tag because that seems to be what everyone does and it's a nice introduction into who the heck I am. So, question number one is, why did you start this channel? I love BookTube. I've been watching BookTube since 2014-ish, and have been fighting with myself on whether I should start one, and had a Bookstagram instead because I figured I didn't have to actually reveal myself to the world if I did it that way. But then I was like, recently telling myself I have nothing to lose. Like, I have everything to gain, so why not start one? Question number two is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? I really hope to do the usual stuff like TBRs and hauls and wrap-ups, mainly reading vlogs because I do really enjoy that style of video. Those are the videos that I enjoy the most, so I kind of want to do those, but I think the main thing that I would like to contribute is just talking about books that aren't really talked about as much. I feel like I read a lot of stuff that no one else is talking about for some reason, and so I hope that I can give them the credit that they deserve and then other people will read them too. Question number three is, what are you most excited about? Wait, what? What are you most excited for about this new channel? I am excited to join the BookTube community. It is a community that I've been like on the outside looking in for so long, and I feel really excited to kind of be a part of it now and to be part of the conversation. Question number four, why do you love reading? I don't really know how to answer this one because I feel like it's like there are so many things about reading that is so amazing. For example, right now the world is going through some stuff right now with the coronavirus epidemic or pandemic that's going on. I feel like a lot of people are kind of rediscovering or discovering for the first time their love for reading and how amazing it can be, because it is a form of escape. It's a really awesome form of escape. But I think the other thing that I love about reading is the human connection and learning more about the human experience. I find it really comforting when you read about something that is something that you've gone through or you're going through and you can kind of relate that way. But I also love that you can learn about other human experiences that you may not have known about, or I don't know, like getting different perspectives on things and just learning about the human condition and what it is to be a person, and just really awesome stuff like that. And it's just a really great way of connecting with people, and yeah. Question number five is, what book or series got you into reading? I have multiple answers to this one. I remember, I think it was in first grade, I would almost bet my money on it that it was first grade that I read Charlotte's Web, and just I remember being so in awe of like stories, and I like binge read Junie B. Jones and Magic Tree House, but I think the first book like that really just kind of awakened that passion for reading was Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, which might be cliche, but I just remember reading that and just being like so in love with the story, but also just with like books in general and how I don't know, it was like obviously a whole different world for me. And so I think after that was when I really started reading like all the time. I would save up allowance or holiday money and go to Barnes & Noble and spend it on one book and go home and lock myself in my room and read the entire book, and I wouldn't really leave for anything unless it was food or like to go to the bathroom, but otherwise I would lock myself in my room until I finished that book because I was just so addicted. And yeah, I think that was like the start of it. Question number 6 is, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? This question is, I don't know how to answer this one. I think the main thing that I would ask about is like the technical stuff of like time management with having like a life, having a full-time job and reading for fun, but also filming videos and editing them and having like a set schedule that you're trying to stick to, and how to manage all of that would be my main question. Question number 7 is, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Again, I think just the time management would be difficult, especially with like if you're really busy with just life and work and whatever, trying to do it all and stick with it. But also for me, the biggest thing that I've had to overcome even recently is just not being scared or nervous to sit in front of a camera and do this and post it. I think that is going to be an ongoing battle for me because that is the whole reason why it took me 6 or 7 years to even get in front of a camera and do this. So yeah, I think that's going to be the most difficult thing for me, is just being like putting myself out there. Question number 8 is, when did you start reading? Again, I think it was like literally when I first learned how to read, which was 1st grade, is when I really started reading. I think if you really wanted to be technical with it, 7th grade was like gung-ho reading, but 1st grade is when I first started reading. Question number 9 is, where do you read? Everywhere. In my apartment, mainly my bed and the couch, which are like the 2 obvious places. But I do have a mentality of like, I bring my book everywhere I go, because you never know when you're gonna get stuck somewhere. You never know what's gonna happen in your day. If you get stuck somewhere, you have a book to read and then you're not dying of boredom. Like yesterday, I had to wait. Right now, you can't really go into restaurants, so you have to order it and then wait outside, and I had to wait for over a half an hour because they took a long time. So I had my book and I was fine. Like it was actually too short because I couldn't get through like a whole chapter. But yeah, I bring my book everywhere. I read everywhere and anywhere. So, and the last question is, what kind of books do you like to read? I like to read pretty much anything. I think mainly is adult fiction, fantasy, contemporary, sci-fi, pretty much anything I'll read in the adult fiction realm. I'm kind of dabbling with nonfiction a lot more now. I used to read a lot more YA. I mean, I will occasionally, but not, I don't gravitate towards that as much. So mainly adult fiction. And yeah, that's it for the BookTube Newbie tag. But to wrap things up, I thought I would talk about books that I'm currently reading right now. The first book I'll talk about is 13 Ways of Looking at the Novel by Jane Smiley. I am not reading this very continuously or religiously. It's just something that I'm kind of taking snippets out of, and it's pretty much just about, it's nonfiction, and it's just about reading and the art of reading and even writing. Jane Smiley is a Pulitzer Prize winning novelist, and I think she's been on the Booker Prize either, I don't know if she was a winner, but I know she was on either the long or short list. But she's really renowned, and I'll just read you kind of a little snippet from this. It says, she invites us behind the scenes of novel writing, sharing her own habits and spilling the secrets of her craft, and she offers priceless advice to aspiring authors. As she works her way through 100 novels, from such classics as The Thousand-Year-Old Tale of Genji to recent fiction by Zadie Smith and Alice Munro, she infects us anew with the passion for reading that is the governing spirit of this gift to book lovers everywhere. So yeah, it's really just about reading and different ways of reading, and she pretty much read 100 novels. I don't know, it's just something, I feel like it's something that can be beneficial as far as like learning about how to be a better reader and writing. I don't know. It sounds good. And I really enjoy her writing style. I've actually never read any of her novels, but I do have Jane Smiley on my TBR. I'm hoping to read either 1000 Acres or Greenlanders soon. But yeah, I do enjoy her writing. I'm only in the introduction because again, I'm only taking little snippets of it, but yeah, it's written very well. And the other book I'm reading is America is Not the Heart by Elaine Castillo. This is a piece of Filipino literature. It was published in 2018. I myself am half Filipino, and I actually did my capstone project, my capstone research project on the underrepresentation of Filipinos in canonical literature and literary studies. And so I'm really trying to build up my repertoire of Filipino literature, so I figured I would pick this one up. I'm only 66 pages in, but I'm really enjoying it so far. I'll just read you the back because I don't really know. I'm not, my forte is not giving my own synopses. So it says, how many lives fit in a lifetime? When Hero de Vera arrives in America, haunted by the political upheaval in the Philippines and disowned by her parents, she's already on her third. Her uncle gives her a fresh start in the Bay Area, and he doesn't ask about her past. His younger wife knows enough about the might and secrecy of the de Vera family to keep her head down. But their daughter, the first American-born daughter in the family, can't resist asking Hero about her damaged hands. Told with startling lucidity, humor, and an uncanny ear for the intimacies and shorthand of family ritual, America is Not the Heart is a sprawling, soulful debut about 3 generations of women struggling to balance the promise of the American dream and the unshakable grip of history. So I don't know if that really tells you a lot, but I find what I really like about Filipino literature, and it's very true about this, is that it contains a lot of historical Easter eggs, mostly post-colonial themes, themes about cultural identity, assimilation, immigration, stuff like that. Very present in this. I find I'm reading this a lot slower just because I'm taking notes constantly, because it's so packed with those themes. And I do know, or I heard, I'm almost positive that this is LGBTQ as well. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far. Again, I'm only 66 pages in, but I am really enjoying it. If you find yourself curious, definitely go pick up some Filipino literature. You might like it, who knows. But yeah, that is my first BookTube video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like and subscribe, which is really weird to say. And yeah, anyway, I'm hoping to grow this channel and meet a bunch of other book lovers out there and be a part of this community. Yeah, happy reading. Hope you have a great day. Bye.